Hey. Welcome back to another Jump Dash video. In this video, I'm going to be showing you the earliest and latest coins in Jump Dash. What do I mean by that? Well, a coin that is early means that percentage-wise, it is early in the level. For example, Dash's first coin is at 14%. This would be considered an early first coin. A late coin, for example, Finger Dash's first coin, is at 42%, which is pretty late in the level for a first coin. This will be the same for second and third coins, but first, let's go through all the first coins and see which ones come first in level and which ones come later. So, the earliest coin is Clubstep's first coin. It is at 9%. This is the only coin in the whole game that is before 10%. Next coin is a tie between Electroman Adventures and Time Machine, both at 12%. The next coin at 13% is Through Everything 2. This is the first earliest coin in the game that is not in the first part of the level. Next up, as well mentioned at the start, Dash's first coin at 14%. And then next up is Geometrical Dominator's first coin at 17%. Next up, we have Xstep at 21%. After Xstep, we have a tie between Hexagon Force and Base After Base, both at 22%. After that, we have Can't Let Go's coin, Dryout's coin, and Through Everything's coin. And then we start to get into the later half of the list. This is when the first coin starts to be a little bit later in the level than average. So then we have Class Funk at 31%, Jumper at 35%, and Electrodynamics at 39%. Back on Track's at 41%, and then Finger Dash, like I mentioned at the start of the video, at 42%. This is a tie with Cycles, also at 42%. Now, Deadlock's first coin is a bit weird because the actual coin is at 43%, which is what I'm basing it off. You get the key in the 20s there, which would put it very near the start of the list. But because the coin is actually at 43%, I put it here. Next up, Poltergeist is at 44%, and now we get into levels which have no coins at all for the first whole half of the level. And there's only two of those. Stereo Madness at 50%, and the latest first coin in all of Jump Dash is Blast Processing's first coin at 52%. A little trend I noticed is that it seems like the later levels seem to mostly have their coins earlier on the level than the earlier levels. A few exceptions being Finger Dash and Blast Processing, but you know, like Electroman Adventures, Through Everything 2, Dash, Geometrical Dominator, Hexagon Force, they're all at the bottom, and then Stereo Madness, Poltergeist, Cycles, Back on Track, and Jumper are all in the top half. Next up, we have the second coins. There was surprisingly a very big spread of when these coins come, with a 56% range between the earliest and the latest, which is the biggest out of any of these coins. So the earliest second coin is at 19% with Electroman Adventures, only 6% after the first one. This holds the title for the closest together two coins are in any of the robtop levels. And then we get a massive jump from 19% up to 37% with a tie between Dash and Time Machine. You know, this is pretty surprising. Like, why is Electroman Adventures' second coin so early on the level compared to most of these other coins? Like, if Electroman Adventures had the second coin first, it would place 7 earliest and first coins, even though it's a second coin. After Time Machine, we have Jumper at 43, Geometrical Dominator at 46, Base After Base at 47, and we get into the coins which in the second half, which come much earlier than first coins, to be expected. You have Deadlock second coin at 52, Xstep at 53, they have a tie for Finger Dash and Back on Track. Their second coins are both at 55%. Through Everything is at 56, Electrodynamics at 57, and after Can't Let Go and Dryout 62, after you get into the 60% range, this is like the latter half of the second coins. These are when like second coin starts to be like pretty far into level for being a second coin. We have 2 ties in a row after this, with Cycles and Poltergeist both at 63, and Color Funk and Through Everything 2 both at 65. And then we get our first coin at 69% with Blast Processing. After that, we have Clubstep's second coin at 71%, which is very surprising considering that this coin was the earliest coin in the whole game, and yet it's third last in terms of second coins. And you have Hexagon Force at 72, and then you have Stereo Madness at 75%. Now, what conclusions can we draw from this? Well, this one's a bit more spaced out between old levels and new levels and where their coins are placed, but Stereo Madness appears in the top 2 yet again. A lot of these coins have gone from being very early to very late, or very late to very early. Clubstep, Deadlocked, and Finger Dash. And now we get on to the final coins in the game, the third coin. So, the earliest third coin in the whole game is Xstep at 59%. You know, Xstep has always had pretty early coins. Xstep also has coins that are 6% apart, making them the closest together coins you'll find in the game, along with Electroman Adventures. Next up, we have Deadlock's coin at 67%. Next up, we have Base After Base, also at 67. Dash and Jumper, both at 68. And then you have another 69% coin with Time Machine. After that, you have Can't Let Go at 76. Poltergeist at 77. I'd just like to quickly mention I did this coin first try, so please give me a round of applause. Yes, I know, I'm so amazing. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. and Finger Dash at 79. Next up, Gyro at 80%. And then we have our first three-way tie. 3 levels being at 84%. Theory of Everything 2, and Back on Track, all at 84%. Next up, we have Electrodynamics at 85%, and then a tie for 86% with Blast Processing and Color Funk. Again, around here, this is around the point where the coins go from being early third coins to late third coins. Cycles is at 87%, and then you get into the 90% range. These are the latest coins you'll find on the level. These coins are basically in the final part of the whole level. Now, this is a weird one. Electroman Adventures is at 91, Geometrical Dominator is at 92, and Club Step is at 96. And then you have Hexagon Force at 97%. And then Stereo Bandits, yet again, the last place coin at 98%. Who knew the first level would have some of the latest coins in the whole game? I guess introducing the player, you can't really like throw coins right in their way. It's like, pfft, they're right here. Collect them. If it accepts third coin, instead of a third coin, a second coin, it would place directly in the middle of the average second coin placement. The average first coin is placed at 29% of the level, which means technically, Giant's first coin is the most average first coin you will get. The average second coin is placed at around 55%, which means Finger Dash and Back on Track are the most average second coin placements you will get. On average, third coins are placed at around 80%, meaning Gyro again is the most average third coin placement you can get. The biggest gap between two coins is Electroman Adventure's second coin and Electroman Adventure's third coin, being a whopping 72% apart from each other, which means that for 72% of Electroman Adventures, there are no coins at all. As mentioned previously, the closest two coins together are Electroman Adventures again and X-Step, being only 6% apart. Anyway, that's all for this video. Hope you enjoyed. Make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you know when episode uploads. That was sort of right. I've been doing it for years. I just have to do it. This is pretty different to what I do usually, but I think if you're new and you watch to the end, I think you'll enjoy my other content as well. So I'll be on the end screen right here. Thanks for watching. Bye. See you next time. I'm about to fart. Oh god.